because of war. My husband's parents decided to stay in their old home. We haven't seen them for almost a year. Suddenly we got the call that my father-in-law was dead. My husband, who at the time was an officer of the Ukrainian army, couldn't go to the funeral. So we went there with Roman and Dasha.
Vanya!
Dashenka, grandmother wants to get up.
I'm fixing this bloody thing.
Vanya!
Vanya is dead.
Shut up, Petko!
Thank you, guys. Once this was my happy family, and that was the day when my life became a hell.
Mom, I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I'll be back soon.
And he left. Then he took the bloody bus number 6.
I never thought that my home city will become my enemy. That moment, I was standing in the middle of the bus, looking into people's eyes, trying to understand what they are fighting for. When suddenly, I didn't understand what happened, but I found myself lying on the floor in front of her. She looked at me with her huge, scared eyes, and the time stopped. I wasn't trying to understand what happened around me. I didn't care. All I cared about was taking care of her.
You wanted here under your eye.
She showed me the exact place with her hand on her own face. Her words woke me up. I looked around. Many people were alive, or just a little bit wounded. Thanks God, the blast happened further away from us. I hadn't escaped without the wounds. My face got a little cut from the splinter. We walked out of the bus. I was wondering if someone had called the emergency already. Then, I felt that touch on my hand.
Your wound hasn't stopped bleeding. Let's go to my home. I will take care of it. I live pretty close to here.
And she smiled. If I was doubting at the moment of her proposal, after her smile, my doubts were washed away. Yeah, sure, let's go. But I can't go to home a person whose name I don't know.
Oh, sorry. It's Julijos Kapulenko.
Romano Merkucenko. We awkwardly shake hands and smile.
When I took him home, I told him to put his back next to the door and show the way to the kitchen. My mom rushed to me from the living room right away.
How are you? I just heard about the bombing. Are you okay, my angel? Blood Ukrainians.
It's okay, I'm fine. My friend, whom I met in the bus, Romano Merkucenko, is wounded. I just wanted to clean his bruise.
Romano Merkucenko, you say?
My mom's face changed, but I didn't take a notice. Just nodded my head and went to the kitchen to help Roman. Sorry to take so long. Let me take a look.
She touched my face and turned it to get a better view of my bruise. She went to the table and to get medicine and plaster. Then she came back to clean my face. The moment when she was there, so close to me, lasted forever. Everything around stopped. I needed to tell her something.
While Julia was with Roman in the kitchen, I remembered why I knew Merkucenko's surname. I saw his bag on the floor. They couldn't see me from the kitchen, so I decided to search. I found his wallet, and in there was a picture of a man in his late 40s, wearing Ukrainian Army's uniform. Roman looked just like his father. My heart stopped for a second. I took a picture with me and put his wallet back to the bag. I heard them coming from the kitchen, so I moved back to the living room.
Julia led me to the door. We need to meet soon, okay?
Yeah, maybe, but now you really need to go. It was a couple long seconds of looking to each other's eyes, and I suddenly gave him a kiss on a cheek. Why? He looked confused, not less than I did, but smiled and walked through open door.
Wow, what was that? I've never felt anything like this before. I'm so strong and at the same time so vulnerable and helpless. I've never been so out of control. She is a holy temple and she let me in. I saw that in her eyes. The moment when she touched me, we both felt that. We two were one. Why the hell did I leave her? She's the one. I cannot just go away. At least I need to text her.
The fucking explosion was very Ukrainian.
I agree. We should just kill them all. Then this hell would be over.
My men came back after a hard another deadly day. They have hung their guns on the wall and got to the table next to Julia to eat.
Hey, Julia, what are you doing? Chatting with your prince? Give me the phone. I also want to see.
My kids started fighting and Nikita got Julia's phone and he started reading aloud.
Oh, it's message from a prince. What is his name? Romano, да?
Nikita, give me my phone now. You can't do it.
Really? Watch me. Julia, I don't know what I'm feeling right now, but I need to see you again. Maybe midnight in a park of Lenin Statue. Is it okay? And maybe, by accident, I lost my small photo of my father in your flat. With love, Roman, to get serious love with you.
Is this the photo he's looking for? I took the photo out from my pocket and put it on the table. All my family looked confused.
О мой Бог, Роман, где же ты был? Мы перестарались на тебя.
My boy, are you wounded? Did you go to the hospital?
No, Mom, I'm okay. This wonderful girl who also was in the bus, when the blast happened, took me to her house and helped me. I think I really like her. I must see her again before we leave.
Well, what was her name then? Are we going to meet her? I felt so lost and confused. What girl was he talking about? We're going back to Ukraine tomorrow.
She's Julijos Kapulenko. She lives...
Oh, Kapulenko? What's Nadezhda's daughter?
We all looked at grandmother as crazy. She just gasped and continued.
I remember. Nadezhda was the true love of my son. They used to go to the dance together. So sad, but in the end she married a boy from a bastard family. I think he's fighting on the other side, but this time, I can't quite remember why my son left Nadezhda. Such a beautiful girl she was. Her daughter also.
Wait, what did you say?
Who are Kapulenkos? Are they separatists? If they would have been separatists, it would be so much more complicated and so much more dangerous than I thought.
Who are Kapulenkos? Separatists? What does this word even mean? I don't know.
We hear some strange sounds outside, and then someone was suddenly knocking on our outside door. I went to check who was that, and the view shocked me. There was a separatist with Kalashnikov standing on our porch. He didn't look like a sober person. I decided not to open the door. Everyone, move back and get closer to the side walls.
Roman, сука, я знаю ты здесь. Fuck you. Fuck all your family. You're Ukrainian. You're dogs. We will kill all of you. But I will personally shoot you when you get around my family next.
We heard him downstairs from our porch and opening gates very loudly. It was Nikita. Julia's brother. She told me about him.
Oh, she told you? He could have killed all of us. We are leaving after half an hour. It's not safe here. Dashenka, let's go. We need to grab our things. Roman, please go check if the door is locked.
I locked the door and I am walking away when I hear another knock. I think that's Nikita again. So I get myself to the wall and then I hear a voice.
When I heard that my dad decided that Nikita has gone to and killed Roman, I didn't care about anything, even thought my parents took my phone. I managed to escape from my room's window and run all the way to Roman's house. I had no idea what I'm going to find there. I was praying for God to spare Roman's life. I knocked. There was no answer. Roman, it's me, Julia. I can't describe that feeling, that happiness, love and excitement I got when he opened the door.
When I heard her voice, I rushed to the door and opened it. Julia was standing there on my porch, with the same huge, scared eyes, which I saw in the bus. I heard her and understood that I am not going to leave here. I'm not going anywhere without her. Suddenly, I heard steps in the house behind us. I looked through Julia's shoulder. It was my mother and sister.
Is this the bitch that got you into the trouble?
I let Julia out of my wither. Don't talk with her like this, mother.
Oh, don't talk with her like this? How should I talk with her, huh? Maybe you didn't see her brother with Kalashnikov on our porch 20 minutes ago? If your bitch would love you, she wouldn't come here to put all of our family to trouble. Go away.
She's not going anywhere. She's staying with us. I knew I hadn't discussed this personally with Julia, but I was sure she is going to agree.
I can't.
Don't be stupid, Roman. Of course she can. She has a family who believe that they are gods here. Are you going to be one of them, darling Julia? Huh? Tell me, are you celebrating every life taken with vodka as your brother does? Doesn't you? Tell me. I slapped Julia on her face. Betrayer, get out of my face.
I couldn't be there anymore. It was so much hate in her eyes. She hit me and I started crying and ran away. I just ran. I don't know where.
When I saw Julia running away, for a second I turned to my sister. She was crying, but she nodded me. And then I ran away after Julia.
Now few years has passed from that day when Julia ran away, but I still remember it as yesterday, this pain.
It's impossible to watch it for the time. When she left, I suddenly felt weak in my knees. I had to sit down.
I thought that he will come back. I hoped that he's going to come back. I prayed for him to come back.
I prayed till now. I pray every day from that moment. But as more as I pray, as more I come to realize
That I should let go. Nothing is going to change.
my daughter is never going to come back.
And this bloody hell called war, which took him away from me, is never going to end.
I know that, but I still pray. I pray because there is that little hope.
Yesterday, I found a picture of Julia's mother with my husband, taken when they were young.
I prayed for him too. I prayed because I feel his pain.
I prayed every day from that moment. If only I'd be heard.
Я вижу их в центре большого города огней, где время бежит скорей. Они стоят, не замечая бегущих никуда людей. Они в своем мире летают, прятаясь под зонтиком от дождей. I close my eyes, I almost touch the sky, so I'm not afraid to die. I just leave this world and I don't feel so old. The peace in me and I can see Roman and Julia in my true dream. I don't cry, I just believe in hope and sky. I know we see the snow and never, never be alone. We are following the sun and run, run to meet the new world with young love.
Bravo. Thank you very much. So now we see that Shakespeare is still alive nowadays.